Hello again. I've seen it said that some people comment here with excellent rebuttals of what I've said in my videos, and that I simply ignore such views, presumably because I'm unable to refute them. I thought that it might be interesting to look at just why I so seldom bother to answer such people, who can be divided broadly into three categories. Let me give examples from a post this morning which I made about the idea that the British police are institutionally racist, to illustrate the three categories about which I'm talking. All three of these people are regular commenters here, and so I'll refer to them by the names they use. I've no idea if these are real or not. The first type of person who disagrees with me are those I call illiterate maniacs. The fellow who goes by the name of Poshy Paws is one of these. Let me quote his response to me today. Ha 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 ha. This clown has the temerity to speak about others with psychosis. Ha 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 ha. What? A lynching lover, child killing supporting clown is trying to convince others about psychosis. And then there's a string of, I think they're called emojis. It's not even mid-January and this nut job, nut by the way is spelled with two T's, is attempting to deflect towards the 1st of April. And there's more emojis and ha 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 ha, ho ho ho, and some more emojis. There is, I'm inclined to think, little more to be said about this. The second type of negative comments are those made by people who do not attempt to engage with what I say, but simply assert that in their view I am wrong. Greg Fellows, a frequent commenter, said this morning. They keep being found to be racist, mate. I think you're near Cairo, knee-deep in water in denial. This is simply a man saying that I'm wrong without adducing any reasons for his belief. The third type is a person who specifies where he thinks I am mistaken, sometimes by giving statistics and other figures. Whenever I take the trouble to check these, they are invariably not germane to the issue, but it gives their comments a thin veneer of plausibility. Somebody called Simon Milligan falls into this group, and he commented this morning after I had begun a video with the words, "Since the publication of the inquiry into the death of black teenager Stephen Lawrence." Well, I can't see anything wrong with that, but Simon Milligan's response was as follows. Inquiry into the death of the black teenager Stephen Lawrence? I think you mean the murder of Stephen Lawrence, don't you, Mr. Webb? Now, you see, the reason that I referred to the inquiry into the death of Stephen Lawrence is because that is what the inquiry was called. In the description to this video, I give a link to the catalogue entry at the National Archives in Kew, and it has the document listed as Inquiry into the Matters Arising from the Death of Stephen Lawrence, which is, of course, the official name for what most people call the Macpherson Report. When I explained this, he started talking about George Floyd, a business which took place over 20 years after the publication of the inquiry into Stephen Lawrence's death. This is why I don't usually engage in debate with these characters, because the aim is usually simply to waste my time, tie me up in pointless exchanges and distract me from what I'm doing. I'm sorry if that appears rude, but this is what my experience leads me to conclude.